Happy Friday. I hit the gym this morning, did an in-bod scan, and went down to the Y with my son after he got out of school. We shot hoops for a while, had a walk, did some shopping, and I was hanging out with my son, and he said, "Hey, Pop, what happened with those guys on Reddit that said you were a racist?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, Mom told me about it." I go, "Well, your mom and I don't talk all the time. Was this old or new?" He says, "Oh, I don't know." So I called up Amy. I was like, "Hey, what's up with the Reddit guys? I mean, besides they're a bunch of queer baits." So this is weird for me. So it's not weird for me, but so some guys stopped in the shop and they wanted a tour. They didn't have it scheduled. Oh, konnichiwa from Kyoto. They didn't have it scheduled, so there was, nobody really available. I was in the middle of something. Sam came down and asked me, "Hey, boss, you want to give a quick tour?" So I went down, said hi to him, and I didn't say, "Hey, no, sorry, it's not scheduled," or "No," or I said, "Yeah, come on in, no problem. Give me a minute." Um, and then I saw that Ben was free. Ben's, does a lot of sales for us. So I got on the, I poked my head into his office. I was like, "Hey, Ben, you mind giving you a tour for a few guys?" He's like, "Yeah, no problem." So, I'm always welcoming and very gracious to everybody. And I want people who have taken time out of their personal life to see what we do to come by and have a great, come by and have a great experience. So the guys, it was like a local guy, I think, or maybe they were here on maybe they were in town on a work. I don't know. I can't remember what the raison d'etre was for their presence, but so I welcome them into my house, which, the knife shop's like my home. I spend more time there than practically my house. And, I'm paying people to work, and I have people pause their work to spend time to be welcoming and give people an experience. So they go through and they get a tour and they have an experience. Great. And then I must have got, so guys, I don't know how many robocalls you get, but as a business owner, because my number is pretty accessible, I get an inordinate amount of sales calls. And sometimes my cup runneth over. There's only so many calls I can take in a single day before I start getting all like, I'm almost like mad about it. And they're getting tricky. So it's not even a 1877 number. They'll use a 480 local number. They bounce on it. I don't even know how they're doing it. But it'll be some guy from India or the Philippines or Pakistan, and they're like, "Hey, Greg, it's been a while since we talked. I want to talk to you about that thing." And I'm like, "What thing? Who is this?" So they end up wasting my time, and it's always credit card processing. I'm approved for some loan. If I send them $1,000, they'll let me be a part of their CEO speaking engagement tour. I mean, it's like you almost want to just like write it up on the board, like, what's the new one today? And I probably get 20 of those a day. And they were easier when it was like robocalls because you answer it and there's a sound and I just click. But now I'm not getting the scam notice from my iPhone. They're interrupting my day. And it's 20 times a day. Now, I want you to imagine you're conducting your day, and 20 times during the day, a person comes up to you, taps you on the shoulder while you're talking to a customer, an employee, a team member on the phone talking to your mom, and they poke you on the shoulder until you stop and say, "Hello, what can I do for you?" How many times a day would would you get that until you're like you fucking had enough? So I don't know how it is for folks who don't have their number published and they're not a business owner, but I I have it come at me a lot. So apparently the guys were finishing up their tour, and I haven't gone to Reddit because I think Reddit's super gay and everybody on there is a queer bait, and I want nothing to do with it. I can't imagine why they think I'm a racist. So, anyways, these guys have their tour, and I must have gone through, and I did one of my, you know, I did some, or I was talking to the guy on the phone. What? Of course, you're going to save my life. Oh, good, you got me. You got me. It's the way I outgas. It's my house. It's where I'm at. I spend a lot of hours there, and I deal with lots of challenging things. And just like when you're home, when you're home, many of you probably say things that you don't say in public. You have your home filter and then you have your public filter. That's a little blended for me. Here I am sitting on my patio. There I am in my office where I'm real comfortable. It's my space. And somebody's taking time out of their day to come see what we do. So I really want to respect that, and make sure they have a good experience. I don't want to say, "Oh, we don't have you on the schedule, have a great day." So I basically, I pay people, uh, not nothing, and I have them stand down while they're still getting paid. And so basically, I paid to give those guys a tour. Now, Ben did a great job. And then behind the scenes, me walking through, I apparently made some off-gassing remark about I don't know, I must have made some comment. And it's just me like dealing with the constant assault on me. And so it's like my gallows humor. It's my version of gallows humor, except nobody just died, so I don't have any death humor. It's some foreigner hammering me, trying to make like they're my friend. Anyway, they go on Reddit and said I made racist jokes and did racist accents, and so I think I had come in that I was walking through the factory being interrupted, and they hear me as I poke my head into the foyer, which is on the private side of the building. It's not the foyer where people are waiting. And I was like, I made some comment about something. I can't remember what it was. And I wouldn't even try to defend it. But it would be like, somebody poking their nose in your house, or they're there to work on your kitchen sink, and then you make a comment to your wife, and then they go and put it on on Reddit. I would never work for these people that are racists. I mean, my take on Reddit, it is the biggest bunch of butthurt losers ever. I think if you're an adult and you go on Reddit, you're a loser. If you care what the pudgy and uninformed think, I think you're a fool. And Reddit is, from my experience with Reddit, it's a bunch of retards. And when I say retards, I don't mean Down syndrome. I mean just people that are emotionally not firing on all cylinders. So what happens is they go on there, and what are they going to do? Swim against the tide? They just want some affirmation. You want to know the funny part? Reddit blew up after I did that "You Want Chaitorian" shirt. And the Chinese are knocking me off now. They're making tons of money. The funny part is, I didn't even make the shirt. That was somebody on my staff playing around. What do you say, boss? And I was like, absolutely accurate. I didn't want to censor it. I was like, yeah, go ahead. What's the worst that could happen? I guess Reddit could happen. So if you guys see that out there, if you want to go on Reddit, don't reach out to me and tell me what it says. I don't fucking care. Like, I honestly don't think Reddit is gonna injure my business, and I don't give a fuck. I couldn't care less. But it's just that's the universe we live in. Three guys come in, they want a tour, and then one of them gets on Reddit. So then, like, if I was like kind of butthurt, I guess I would say no more tours. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not going to do that. I want people to be able to come in and, what they should have done is they should have said, man, what a cool tour. No appointment. That guy gave us the personal touch, came out and said hi to us and hung out for a few minutes. Man, he must deal with a lot of bullshit to do this. You know what I mean? They could have said, man, we get the sales calls too, man. Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if they go on to make like comments about South Park. I don't know. Like, I find people who do stuff passive aggressively to be the biggest cunts on planet Earth, and I just, I kind of want to give them the Hulk smash. And I want to be like the soup Nazi from Seinfeld. No knives for you. Get out of the building. I think I need to put up a sign that says, if you're a Reddit user, you're not welcome on the property. It'd be so funny. No Prince Alberts or Reddit users. Anyway, I just thought I would come on. I just had this conversation with Amy, and then I talked to Cody about it. And he said, Reddit is a bunch of confirmation bias, marginal nothings, and it won't make any difference. And I said, okay, cool. And that's kind of what I thought too. And I don't really want to insult gay people. Because, I like gay people. Mostly. I like them at dinner. I like them in the kitchen. I like them socially. Yeah. I'm friends with gay people. They're friends with me. I'd like to protect them if anyone was ever being hurtful to them. I don't want to, just like if one of my friends started talking about having sex with his wife, I'd be like, knock it off. I don't want to hear that stuff. Same thing with him. If you want to talk about that, I don't want to hear about it. But for like heterosexual males to cross a fellow like me, who's a little bit old fashioned, running an old fashioned type of company, dealing with modern inconveniences, and be welcomed into my house, get a tour, handshakes, and thank you for being here, and then go on Reddit and say racist shit about me or that I'm a racist or whatever. It's just fucking gay. That's gay. That's gay in the 1977 sense of gay. Not in the woke, libtard, rainbow flag way. It's just fucking gay. And then, if I knew who they were, and I don't, they'd be unwelcome from man circles permanently for being cunts. I don't know what else to say. When a guy's like, dude, you're being a cunt. I'm very European, in that I love the use of the word cunt. It's such a great word. It's so jilting for Americans, but, since I'm reasonably well traveled, I like to toss in British terms. I use Schadenfreude, which is German. I use ciao when I say goodbye to my friends from California. I always say ciao because they always say ciao. I say mazel mazel to my Jewish friends. And the Brits, I don't know if you guys know this, but I got a hall pass for the word cunt. They were like, Greg, you're an official Brit, or what do they say? I'm an honorary Brit, and I'm approved to use the word cunt. Which I wouldn't even be using right now if I wasn't dealing with these Reddit queer baits. So, if any of you have accounts on Reddit and you want to go harass them, don't tell me, because I will definitely castigate you for being a man who goes on Reddit. But if you do, go on and give them a hard time. I hope they see this, and I hope they think about the life they live and when they let people in their private life. Do they always say everything just right? Are there ever moments where if someone came midway into their conversation, they could be mistaken? And whatever happened to giving all of each other the benefit of the doubt, This is what I was talking about in my last live that I shot about Gen X and Gen Y. Fascinating. I hope you guys have a killer weekend, a safe Halloween with your kids. I hope you guys eat some chocolate and have some candy. I think I'm going to go to the rodeo. I seem to like rodeo people. Like, they would find me getting off a sales call using an accent funny and not immediately decide I'm a racist. What are you going to do? All right. I guess it's happy Dias de los Muertos or whatever it is. You guys have a great weekend. And fuck those idiots on Reddit. What a bunch of queer baits. Can't imagine why anybody would find me offensive.